There's this idea that sales is something that you do to someone as opposed to the angle I'm going to encourage you to look at it as sales is something you do for someone. It can provide an opportunity, a sales call. Selling someone on something can provide an opportunity where you're actually improving the quality of life. Let's get something really clearly straight from the beginning. A sale is inevitable if you want to be in business. If you want to have a business, it means money has to come into that business. What is the process of money coming into business? That, my friends, is called a sale. Selling itself, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. There is, however, a connotation that gets added to the concept of selling that people get weird about, and that's around the sliminess, the manipulative tactics, the pushing, the coercion, etc. That stuff we reject because that's something that you can add on to sales. We, however, are not going to add that. We are going to add integrity, service, impact, the idea of healing, even, frankly, is the approach that we take, is using sales as an opportunity to not only provide somebody clarity, but hopefully some quality of life improvement as well. There's a couple of aspects of sales that, well, first of all, that's the foundation. We can't do anything until you understand that, and then we can move from there. Once you understand, okay, sales is just the way money comes into my business, and that the connotation that you add is what's going to modify how you perceive it. There's a few things we want to be looking at here in terms of how to create a proper mindset for selling. The first step is to not come from a place of lacking. If you're coming from a place of, I need this sale, I'm desperate for it, if you're thirsty and hungry for it, from a space of you don't have enough, you don't deserve enough, whatever the case might be, then the energetics are going to come through the screen or through however you're conversing with the person that you're selling your products to. It's going to come through and it's going to contaminate the pot. The first step is we have to understand that you have everything you need and more. If you're coming from a space of lack, it's going to come through. There's going to be a sense of I need. Ugh, no one wants to talk to anyone like that. We must understand that you are taken care of no matter what. Hate to break this to you, but you, my friends, you don't pay your bills. Are you in control of the money that comes in? To a certain degree, but ultimately everything is happening under higher sanctioning, under higher supervision. God's paying your bills. God's allowing the money to come through to pay your bills. And therefore, the humans that you are selling your products to are vessels from which that God can funnel money into your life. Okay? The person you're selling your service to does not pay your bills. Everyone is an instrument of the operation, if you will. When we're talking about selling, we must understand this person I'm talking to is not going to pay my bills. I don't need money from them. They are an instrument through this unlimited resource of wealth that's available to bring the amount that I need to take care of myself and my life into my life. So when we're talking to someone, when we're selling someone our services, obviously this is under the preface that they want what you have. If you're trying to sell someone something you don't know what they have, then go watch my other videos. That's just silly and ridiculous. That's also part of that manipulation. Like, why would you sell something that you have to someone if you don't know that they want what you have? It's ridiculous. Talking about pushiness. We're talking about selling your products to people who have already expressed some interest in it. You must understand they are not paying your bills, and your bills are being paid by a higher sanctioning. So don't come from a place of lacking, come from a place of abundance, which means I know that everything I need is going to be taken care of, and this person may or may not be an instrument of that opportunity happening. So don't need, no one likes desperation, and when you come from a place of, don't go there. Come from a place of, I know I can help this person, and they may or may not be the vessel, the instrument that allows money to be coming into my life to provide the quality of life that I need to take care of myself and my loved ones, etc. The next layer from there is, and we get more into this with other videos around energetics and the tone, but it's really what we're bringing to the call itself, and that is a mood of service. I've heard this concept of sales as a service, and it was a very different paradigm because I always thought sales again is something you do to someone. You push, you gotta buy this. Oh my God. No one wants that. No one wants somebody to walk up. I mean, the worst thing in the world is unsolicited advice. You want someone to not want to be around you? Just start giving them some unsolicited advice. What to speak of some unsolicited sales? No thanks. No good. No good. Don't do this. Come from a place of service. Consider the idea that, okay, somehow or other, you're now speaking with someone who's, to some extent or another, expressed some type of interest in what you do or whatever the case might be, or directly, I want what you have. And you are providing this person with an opportunity to, step number one is gain some clarity on what exactly it is that they want. No one asks people what they want. And if they do, it's to tell them they shouldn't want it, or they can't have it, or whatever the case may be. Everyone in life is saying, oh, don't want what you want. Don't dream too big. Don't set your expectations too high. What a terrible, restricted, limiting way to live life. We're providing someone an opportunity to say, okay, what is it that you want? Providing them clarity of, okay, give me a clear idea of what's in your heart. What are your goals? What are your desires? What is it that you're trying to achieve here? What is your grand vision? That alone is just a priceless opportunity for someone to step into their vision, as opposed to, limiting that right off the bat. Don't tell me what you want. Who knows if you can even get it? No, let's dream big. What do you want in your life? What do you want in your business? What do you want in your health? What do you want in your relationship? What do you want in your blank? Providing some clarity there, and then you be the expert question asker that finds out why they're not getting it. What are their blocks? What are the things that are in their way? From there, you can get into understanding how much urgency is there. What happens if they don't make a change? Is anything actually going to, in any aspect of their life, going to be affected positively, negatively? And then from there, you can find out how serious someone is to actually move through those blocks to achieve what they want. Now, keep in mind, up in this point, you're just asking questions to people. And when we're providing sales, at this point, you're just asking questions. You're just getting a clear idea of where someone is. You're helping them gain clarity of where they are as well. And then you can start to pitch your services after. We'll get to that in terms of talking about you. At this point, we've talked about them. Once you've established the sense that, okay, sales is a service. Sales is an opportunity I'm providing to, at the very least, gain someone further clarity in their life. If nothing past that happens, great, it's a win. Great, you've helped someone. Hoorah. Once you've done that, then you can start to talk about you and your services and what you offer and how you could even help them. But up until this point, you don't even know if they want it. You don't even know if they're willing to get it. You don't even know if they're, serious to doing what it would take, etc. So figure those basics out, ask some good questions, and just offer it as a service. And then, still maintain a service mindset, and then you can get into you and what you offer and what you can do for them, because sales is always about something we do for someone. And the other layer I'd like to encourage you to meditate on, to think about, and to really prepare your mind for is this idea that if you have something that can help someone, imagine if you have a medicine in your pocket and there's someone around you that's struggling with an illness. How much integrity will you have if you do not go out of your way to let that person know that you got the medicine? Like, what, are you going to save it for someone else? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing if you're just like harboring medicine that you could be helping someone that's right in front of you? In the same way a sales call is, if you're talking to someone and it gets clear that you can help them overcome their challenges and obstacles, achieve what they want, etc., how lame is it that you would withhold the medicine, withhold what's actually going to help them overcome those challenges to achieve the life that they want? Sales, once you've gotten to the point where you know you can help someone, sales is the opportunity to then provide someone with that medicine. Provide them with the help, the support that they want and that they need in achieving what their goals are, what they're looking for in their life. If you are withholding that, it's just lame. It's like, how dare you? You've been given this great gift that you've now cultivated to being able to improve someone else's quality of life, but you're withholding it. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Your obligation, because you have these gifts, and these gifts, they don't really belong to you. You've cultivated them, but someone else gave them to you. Someone else sparked the interest in your mind that you then developed the knowledge. And where did you develop the knowledge from? Other teachers. You got it in a book? Great. From a teacher. From a video? Great. From a teacher. From a person? From a teacher. You've been gifted so much for you to not go out of your way to offer your service with some charisma, with some confidence, with some gusto, with some attention. It's a lack of integrity, ultimately. So when you are having a sales call with someone, not only are you doing it from a mood of abundance and knowing that you don't need anything from this person, you are only here to provide some help. Number two, a service attitude. Okay, I'm just here to help this person. What can I do to help this person? And then number 3, ambition and charisma on top of that, of clarity, of not only getting them clarity, but like, okay, I can help you. Let me help you. That type, I mean, obviously the messaging will change depending on who you're speaking to and your psychology, and it has to be authentic. But the idea and the mood is, I know I can help you. Please let me help you. I got the medicine right here. That type of ambition is what really drives a service-based sale, or as we call it, the conscious closing method. These are a few pillars that are essential, not only changing someone's life and helping them, but really changing your life as well. Because if you're doing sales properly, everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. If you're not doing it, if you're getting weird and manipulative, or if you're enabling too much or whatever, it could be either side. Either you're getting too pushy, give me money, get out of here, you're in the wrong training. Or it can be the other side, you're too passive. Hi, do you want my services? I don't know, they're like kind of like this much. I don't know, if you want to, just call me some of the times. Call me if you ever want to give me money or something. No one wants to buy from that person. There's two sides of the extreme. You come to the middle. You say, okay, I'm not going to push you. I'm not going to force you to do anything. I'm just going to provide you as much opportunity as I can to help you achieve what you want. Now that's a sale. That's a sale. The last thing I'll leave you with is a funny story, something that you can make fun of me with. So I was a monk, as you know, for half a decade, shaven head, wore the robes, lived in India half the year, and traveled for the rest in different monasteries. And one thing we would do often is what we would call book distribution, or taking sacred Vedic literatures like the Bhagavad Gita, like many others. Those texts that are imbued with the knowledge of the Vedas, or the knowledge of Veda actually just means knowledge, but these, you could think of it as topics around spirituality and ultimately understanding the nature of the self and the soul and how to transcend material conditioning. And so what we would do as monks is we would go to universities and schools and different types of places and offer these books, and we'd stop people and say, excuse me. And there's a bunch of things you would say to start to converse with someone. It's different lines you'd practice to help get someone in conversation to find out what they want in their life and what are some goals that they have, etc. And then once the opportunity would provide itself, once you're speaking with someone that says, yeah, I'm interested in spirituality, I'm interested in this, that, the other, then you pop out your book. You say, you ever heard of the Bhagavad Gita before? And then from there, you provide an opportunity to actually sell the book. Now, the mood that we had as monks going out and selling these literatures was not just try to get people to buy them and force people to read them. That's not going to work anyway. Don't even try it. But the idea is to leave people with a positive impression, which is something I always say with sales calls. You'll hear me say it over and over again, is the main thing we're trying to do when you're making a sale to someone is you're looking to leave them with a good impression, or the impression of increase. After they talk with you, they're like, wow, I got some clarity. I feel happy. That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is they work with you and you can help them. As a monk, we would go and distribute these literatures and various ways that we would start conversations. Hey, you local or from out of town? I'm local. Good, you're qualified. I'm from out of town. Good, you're qualified. And, get the conversation started. What do you study? Philosophy. Ah, okay. Have you heard of this? Well, yeah, I have. And like this, you would start to get them in conversations and ultimately get them to a point where, again, if you see an in, if they see an opportunity that they're interested in what you have to offer, then you pour your full heart and soul into it, because we as monks read these literatures and they changed our lives. So therefore, we could get behind them. We could say, this book works. This book provided me happiness in my life. Therefore, it'll provide you happiness in your life. And it was so easy to want to sell them because it had changed your life. It was a compilation of information that has allowed you the type of transformation that provided you the happiness in your life currently. So we go out and it was so much ambition, and we want to talk to anyone about it. And then years later, when I started my own business after graduating the monastery, I found it so difficult to want to start a conversation with anyone to sell my services. Now, why? Because now I thought I was selling myself. Selling yourself is another conversation for another day, but the angle I want to impress is this idea that, are you really selling yourself, or are you selling a compilation of tools, knowledge, and resources that you've gained to improve your quality of life with someone else, because that doesn't have much to do with you. Your part is just taking that information and translating it and consolidating it in a way that you can package it for someone else. So obviously you got to be involved in the mix here. But when I made that shift after starting my own business of, okay, wait, I'm not talking to someone to sell myself, which there's so much reservation. I'm talking to someone in the same way as when I was selling these books. I'm taking the content from these books and from these other knowledge books that I've taken and using them to change people's lives, because I didn't come up with this stuff. No need to even try. You can't. Why try to come up with stuff if there's knowledge that actually works? I'm just taking it and consolidating it in like a doctor. You give a little medicine, say, oh, this is the amount that you need to take of this. That's going to help you with this dilemma, this problem, whatever it might be. So I would encourage you to take that same motivation. Okay, what would it be like to go out to the streets and want to stop someone and say, this book changed my life. You need to read it. Why is it different when you're selling your services? It's not. Cultivate that mindset. Okay, I'm here to show people, oh my God, you want to change your life? Okay, I know how to change your life because I got the best teachers ever that have helped me change my life, and I can show you how to do that as well. Now that is sustainable sales. That is integrity sales. That, my friends, is sales as a service.